pickup, you know?
No, I'm not fishing.
On the Tongue River Ranch, sunrise never rolls out of bed in time for breakfast. Long before light appears on the horizon, 8 cowboys wash down plates of eggs with campfire coffee and leave their camp behind. Soon the morning sun will turn wide-brimmed silhouettes into shadows, and a new day will dawn on the red earth of cattle country. They scatter to the north, south, east, and west, men on horseback in search of loose livestock. By mid-morning, the Tongue River boys are driving home an ornery herd of cows and calves from the plains to the pens. Cowboy Justin Johnson knows you better watch your step inside the fences.
I was born into it. My dad's a cowboy, and I still don't know even half of what I'm supposed to do sometimes. You know, it's just a deal. It takes a lot of time and a lot of paying attention and watching other guys to really figure out the things that work right and the right things to do.
By the straw bosses' count, 200 calves need doctoring today. The men work quick as they can, but truth is, the crew's a little short-handed. One of their own is missing, the one they call Riggan.
Sometimes that's what I tell everybody. I don't know that I'd have my job if it wasn't for Riggan. You know, he's always seems like the guy everybody comes looking for. Tell you what, once you cut through there, we'll hold him up in that corner. Cut right through there and get around him. You'll have to ride up though. The first thing he started talking about was horses when he was a baby. He's been able to ride. I've been putting him on a horse since he was 2. Hope he don't buck you off.
He didn't suck enough his mom's milk to fuck me off, Daddy.
Just the other day, we got to wondering, do kids these days still want to be cowboys? I mean, when I was knee-high to a grasshopper, riding and roping and branding and such was a great goal of just about every kid. But this is the age of computers and cell phones and something called a PDA. Kids nowadays want to design video games, be sportscasters on ESPN, and NBA stars. Well, not all kids. You can cut cattle, catch horses, rope and ride with the best of them here on the ranch. Not a bad resume for a cowpuncher who just turned 7 years old. How many years you been cowboying?
I've been cowboying when I was 2.
That's about, what, 4 or 5 years now? You 6?
7.
You're 7. Oh. You're an older man than I thought you were. You know any other kids your age that are cowboys?
Got a friend of mine, Bailey.
Is he as good a cowboy as you are?
I don't know about that.
You don't know about
He plays video games.
Do you play video games?
Mm-mm.
No. What do you think about that? Those video games. A lot of kids do that, you know.
I don't do it.
You don't do it? Spend all your time being a cowboy. It takes a lot of time, concentration to be a cowboy, doesn't it?
Yes, sir.
No video games for Riggan.
No video games for you.
Today he's in charge of giving the calves their medicine. It's a man's work done by a boy. Not that you can tell much of a difference. Like his daddy and the cowboys he looks up to, Riggan is a plain-talking feller of few words. Riggan, they tell me you're a cowboy. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Is that a pretty good thing to do, being a cowboy?
Yes, sir.
Good way for a man to make a living these days?
Yes, sir.
How did you learn how to do this?
That guy with that gray hat on.
That guy with that gray hat on? Who
Right
is that?
there. My daddy.
That's your daddy over there?
Yep.
He taught you how to do this? Is he a pretty good cowboy?
Yes, sir.
Who's the best cowboy you know?
There's no telling.
Stick and move. Don't worry about you trying to line it up or nothing. You just get your spot and go with it. Because if you're holding it out there, when them kids are moving, you'll drop somebody in the hand. It's just been me and him from the time he was 2 till he was 3 1/2. And I think he kind of had to grow up fast.
Dadgummit.
How many kids learn arithmetic by counting cattle?
Ha! I got 14.
Well, truth is, not many, not anymore. Seems not many kids aspire to be cattle punchers, trail hands, or even straw bosses. Seems the modern world has cut down fences and let cowboy dreams get away.
In a way, it seemed like cowboys are kind of a dying breed. You know, used to back in the older days, everyone lived out in the country and had cattle and horses, and now they're few and far between. You know, we got to pass it down to our kids, you know, and try to keep it going, you know, if that's what they wish to do. I can't wait to just sit back on a hill and see him come down and be my next man, driving some cows down an old long draw, taking them to water or something. I want him to be the best of what he does. And yeah, sure, we're all pulling for him to be a cowboy, but if he don't, then we'll do whatever he decides to do. If he wants to be a race car driver, we're gonna get him a fast car. Good job.
It was cowboy poet Dennis Gaines who wrote, "Through the heat and the cold, by the sure and the bold, round campfires that talk to the night, the tales of old are sung and told from dusk till morning's red light. In the days to come we'll march to our drum, make no excuses and ask no permission, for the West still ain't won less we stick to our guns and hitch the old to the new tradition." Well, time will tell whether Riggan Johnson will continue the cowboy tradition, but for now, this father and son cowboy team are making new traditions of their own by keeping the old ways alive, just being cowboys.
Well, I sure did miss you today. We needed you. We had a bunch of little old kids you could have flanked. I'm glad you're gonna be with us tomorrow. You ready for that?
Yes.
You're gonna have a lot of fun.
Thanks for hopping in and traveling with us. Now click the subscribe button for more videos like the one you just saw.